How can you usher in your new 5D life in faster? Hi, beautiful soul. I'm Mystic Mia Moshe, and thank you for joining me here for another spirit message reading. We're looking at how you can faster bring in your new 5D life, and we're going to be looking at some of the first signs you will be seeing when you first start entering this new 5D life. For some of you, you might have already seen these signs, and for others of you, this is to come. And then we're going to look at Spirit's message for you at this time. So I am very highly spiritual, right? And I've come to the part of my journey where I am now combining my spiritual life and my physical life, or my spiritual perspective and my physical perspective more so. And we've heard that everyone will enter the 5D at their own time. There's going to be a mass kind of awakening. We know that that's when you kind of become aware of the truths of the world. And there's a lot of lies out there. So to find the truth out about who you are, about your soul and your spirit, about human history and the world's history, and about the kind of society we live in right now, the systems and that are in place, and what harms the body, what harms your life, and what helps. So that's the awakening, right? But I feel that the 5D life, this new kind of age of Aquarius, age of Lemuria, this golden age that we're all entering right now, that is going to be like kind of like the awakening, like the spiritual awakening, but it's like a 5D awakening where it kind of clicks and you figure out how to live this more 5D life. Because a lot of us were awakened, we're really highly spiritual, but we don't know how to kind of live the life we keep dreaming, right? Like we're having a hard time combining our spiritual wisdom and knowledge into this physical realm. And the thing is, they're not separate, right? There's spirit in all things, in all matter. So I believe like the 5D awakening is going to be something that allows you to manifest easier. It's how you figure out how your individual, unique, authentic vibration manifests in this physical world. It's the manipulation of matter, which is going to seem like magical. It's going to seem like alchemy, but it's going to be remembering your abilities, your psychic abilities. Thoughts do become reality. Our thoughts, energy, form physical things, physical reality, our lives. So I believe 5D awakening is mastering the physical form, the manipulation of the physical form, working with matter, with energy, through energy. And we might know this as manifestation. So I believe 5D life begins when you master your own unique manifestation ability. And I feel like we all kind of manifest in different ways, just like how different ETs and ethereal beings speak telepathically in their own unique ways. I believe we also kind of, as one species, manifest in a specific way, but also as individual souls and spirits manifest in our own specific way, unique to our own signature vibration. And I believe the only way that you're allowed to manifest with that much power is if you kind of master your own thoughts and your own beliefs to the point where you're not going to start manifesting crazy things that disrupts people's divine plan, you know? That goes against people's free will, that kind of comes out messed up, you know? So I feel like once you get to a certain level of mastery of your own thoughts, your own beliefs, of your own mind, is when you're allowed to kind of bring that power outward to affect the world, to affect the environment, to affect possibly other people. So I feel like this kind of manifestation power and technique is what's going to bring people into the 5D, because then you can live without money. You can live without the current structural systems in place. You can create your own systems and you can keep it up. You can sustain it. And the key to, I think, unlocking your own unique manifestation abilities and powers is your ability to create in your own imagination. So I feel like imagination is you co-creating with source energy, because ideas already exist. They're its own like energy, and you kind of are a channel to be able to let that idea flow through you. And that's why you hear that more people, there's some people who are really creative and they're really imaginative, and it's just like they're just able to channel better and easier. And your own form of creativity, so what you're passionate about, you're interested in, and what you like, what you're skilled at, your natural abilities in terms of creating things. And that is limitless, right? You can create anything. There's no limit to what you can create. You're omnipotent. You have unlimited creative powers, just like source energy. But that needs to be paired with your connection to source energy, or to your soul, to some sort of higher energy being, because that's what allows us to have manifestation powers, is that we are connected to source energy. That means we're going to be creating out of love and light. And that's why dark energies can't create. They can't connect to source energy. They can't channel ideas. They don't have creativity. And those people that are like quote unquote dark, and they have a lot of creativity in the way that they're dark, that's only possible because they still have some light within them. They still have some sort of connection to source energy within them. So that's my belief. And yeah, so I'm interested to what Spirit has to say in these messages. And I hope you enjoy the reading, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile one. The orange calcite. We're looking in how to usher in this new 5D life in faster for you. So how can we, oh wow, okay, you don't have to do anything. It's coming in like today, like this second. It's coming into your life very, very positively out of nowhere. The Tower card in reverse for me, personally as a tarot reader, has always meant an auspicious event that you cannot plan, that's divine, that comes out of nowhere, that you could not see coming. And it's a card of immediate action, like it happens immediately. So this is a divine action that is taken immediately in your life, like literally, like yesterday, today, tomorrow, like that soon. I wouldn't be surprised if like 5 minutes from now, or like, you know, a few hours from now, this happens, because it seems very immediate. It seems like right now, this second. So I feel like you don't have to do anything. It's coming in right now, crashing into your life, and you're not prepared for it. You can't prepare for it. You don't even know this is happening, except the fact that I'm telling you this is happening. So this either just happened, like literally hours ago, or like yesterday, or is going to happen like literally right now, a few hours from now, or like tomorrow, like very, very soon. Very immediate. 5 of Wands, change, yeah. For 5 of Wands, when it's next to a positive meaning card for me, I get a lot of positive small changes in your physical reality. So I feel like a lot of little things are going to change immediately right off the bat for you. We're not even I'm like, the next question I'm going to prompt Spirit is, what will be the first signs? Your signs are already here. They're already happening around you. So there's small changes happening in your life physically right now already. So you might see this in your relationship with your person. You can see this probably in your work, in your money, in your health, in your mood, your attitude, in your motivation, your energy, in your friendships, your social circle, the way that you communicate. Like, you're going to start seeing little physical changes immediately, even like actual little things, like your wallet, your purse, or you know, your furniture, or your, like, you know, something like your bedding, you know, like maybe something ripped and you have to get a new one. It's like, it's time. Maybe your phone screen breaks. It's like, oh, okay, it's time for the new one. It's like things are happening in your life. Changes are happening. But I feel like they're not like those examples that I just gave, like something ripping of your bedding or sweater, or like your phone having to prompt you to get a new one. I'm getting like those new things just come in. So maybe you find new bedding that you forgot you even had, or you get a free phone opportunity, or you get, someone buys you a new sweater and it's like, wow, I just ripped mine. Like, that's perfect. Like, I wanted this exact same kind of sweater and you got me something of that style that I wanted. That's perfect. Like, I feel like it just happens to you. It just comes in, and that's how you know, like, this is happening for you right now. Okay, so what are some of these changes that Spirit say? Yeah, wow, oh my goodness. You are exactly when and where you are meant to be. You don't have to do anything, Pow One. This is happening right now, this minute. You're going into 5D now. It's so funny because usually the first pile of any kind of reading that I do is my energy included, because like Spirit like kind of helps me relate to the energy of the reading by having it relate to me mostly too. So I get kind of the feel for the energy of how I'm communicating with the reading. And so like this is so funny because in that initial monologue for this reading that I kind of posted, in doing that monologue, I was channeling and I kind of got the key to 5D, like how to get in there. So it was kind of funny that, yeah, this is very appropriate. No more waiting. Okay, no more waiting. It's happening right now. Oh my goodness. I'm kind of getting chills because also today, this is a timeless reading, but today is the full moon in Virgo, and I was born with my moon in Virgo in the first house, so it's like a really big deal for me, especially with the North Node conjunct Chiron, and my North Node is in Aquarius, which is humanitarian goals for this lifetime, which is very soul mission, very Lightworker-esque. You can tell, like, you probably have a lot of stuff in your astrology chart that applies to energies right now whenever you're watching this, that is letting you know, yes, green light, it's go time, this is now happening. For example, for me, like this Virgo full moon, it was my green light. I'm like, I kind of had a feeling too, like yesterday, I'm like, I have a feeling this is like an important day. And I woke up with this different kind of energy. You're going to feel it. You're going to know it. Like, things are different. You could tell with your energies already. Okay, so what are some of the first signs? What will be the first signs that this is happening? Coins! Money will be coming in for you. Yeah, so immediately you will know this is happening. You're entering 5D because money is going to start coming in immediately. Okay. Gong, an exciting event. Matched with an exciting event that is related to Three of Swords. Wow. So Three of Swords is usually like the heartbreak card, right? But because it's matched with such positive cards, I'm seeing it as the individual number 3 and the individual swords element, the air element. So I'm getting its expression of your unique, authentic self. So I do get that, like, with the Tower and the Five of Wands, which are typically like not the most positive cards, but I read them very positively, I'm getting like maybe something just happened that was kind of like not so pleasant. You know, the end of something, because the Three of Swords usually denotes like at the end, you're sad because of something that just happened. Like the ending of something is usually what it is. And with a heartbreak, it's usually something that you really liked. So end of a job that you really liked, end of a relationship you really, really liked, whether it's romantic or a friendship or family relationship, or maybe, you know, something like your house burned down, or like that sweater that you love, or that like phone, maybe you had something on your phone, like all the pictures of things that you liked and it broke and now you don't have access to those pictures anymore, like something that you really love or care for is no longer in your life, and that's why you're kind of sad about it. But you might know that this is the end of something in order to bring something new in, an exciting event. And I'm getting, don't worry, you don't have to be in that 3 of Swords energy, that heartbreak energy for long, because it's immediately juxtaposed to by a new exciting event. And I feel like it's something to do with expressing yourself. So this exciting event, it has to do with money coming in and expressing your true authentic self. So something that you like doing, something that you like doing because it's so very much you. And that happens immediately. That's going to be the sign. But I feel like with the immediacy of all these energies, you're exactly when and where you're meant to be. An exciting event, the Tower in reverse, like this is happening like legit now. So you don't have to wait long in this like kind of sad energy, waiting energy. No, it's happening right now. It happens all like very quickly in sequential order. All right, so what's Spirit's message for you? The Magician. Yeah, see, the Magician in reverse. And I'm getting the Magician coming out in reverse, kind of mirroring this Tower coming out in reverse. Like this magic is happening to you, for you, by the divine, by all the energy that you've incurred, like all the good energy that you've kind of built up is now like bursting onto the scene. I'm getting like that, yeah, like an image of like this kind of like balloon popping, like with all the confetti kind of falling out. Like this is something that like has been built up and built up and built up. Touch the cloud and let it rain out. Like it's the lyrics to this song, which is kind of like it was building up in the atmosphere for so long, I feel like. And now someone just took like a little needle to the cloud and all this rain is like pouring out. All this like kind of magic, all this kind of like good energy, all this manifestation energy is now pouring out. So I'm getting like you don't really have to even do anything to kind of get into that 5D manifestation ability. Like it's happening to you. Like you're already in it. So it's okay. What else does Spirit have to say to you? 4 of Cups, like 2 4 Cups here. The universe is trying to reach you with an opportunity, but are you blocking your blessings? A stubborn or resistance nature with a focus on the past might be leaving you with an inability to receive what is being offered. So the 3 of Swords here, I got 2 meanings for it. One was that you did have an ending to something that was kind of probably significant, and especially since we're doing such a like we're going into 5D, your new 5D life, this heartbreak might have been something that was like the culmination of your 3D life, and that's why it was so hard to break away from, because it represented your 3D life. It represented manifesting everything that you wanted as your 3D self, and to let go of that is difficult, but it's kind of necessary in order to kind of bring in this new 5D life. So Spirit's like, don't really dwell on that. Like you did the right thing. Like just push forward. And with the 4 of Cups in reverse here, I feel like you aren't blocking it. You kind of already knew why this letting go had to happen, and what the significance of letting go of this people, person, thing, situation, what it meant, what it represented. It represented the end of your 3D life and the beginning of your 5D. So Spirit's like saying like don't dwell on it too long. Like you are exactly what you're meant. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're exactly what's supposed to happen is happening. So don't dwell in that like lower energy. That's why you kind of wake up with a new energy, even though things were kind of difficult to let go of recently, and it's going to be paired with money and some sort of excitement in expressing yourself. Okay, so let's continue with Spirit's message. What else is happening here? Okay. Earth Star Chakra. I love it. Love all the green here. I'm getting this kind of the Earth Star Chakra is very, very, very cool. It's what is required for you to manifest in the physical, right? So a lot of us, we've been living kind of in the spiritual realm. We kind of had to break off of our physical life. We kind of had to compartmentalize our mind, our thoughts, ideas, our spiritual life from our physical life a little bit in order to kind of heal, purge, do some learning and growing and expanding mentally in order to do that physically, right? But then a lot of us are kind of like have really high spiritual thoughts, and I know because I talk to a lot of you and we think on that high vibe, very spiritual kind of wavelength. We think with a lot of high spiritual thoughts. We even connect with high spiritual beings, or we know when we're using our telepathic abilities, our empathic abilities, our psychic abilities, our mediumship abilities. We know when we're connecting to those abilities. I know a lot of you, and I know we think on that high level, and we all have a lot of difficulty kind of connecting our spiritual self with our physical self, and it's because we are so used to manifesting only spiritually. Some of the things that you manifest might be just ideas, might be just small physical things like opportunities. You might manifest like small things like one message from a person, or one opportunity from a job, or an idea of what to do in this kind of work or this kind of project, right? But not fully manifesting physically, because you're just manifesting spiritually. You keep yourself in that spiritual line of work. And so what you're doing is manifesting more spiritual ideas, more spiritual connections, more spiritual abilities, but you're not connecting back to your physical realm. You're not merging all the parts of you. You need to merge all the parts of you, and that is physically and spiritually too. Melding your beliefs, your spiritual beliefs, into the physical world, which is confusing and conflicting, and it's going to be different for each person because you have your own perspective of life. But you've been living so much in your spiritual side that it might be hard to merge that with your physical beliefs, your belief of your physical reality. So you're going to have to merge that. And that's where the Earth Star Chakra is so beautiful, because you've been probably connecting with your higher chakras, living in your higher chakras all this time. And maybe you connect with your solar plexus or your sacral or your root chakra once in a while, but like not often enough. You might do it through food, eating healthy. But when have you connected to the Earth Star Chakra? When have you fully connected to the physical energies? And not just like your body, but the physical energy of everything around you. And so because we think with our spiritual mind, we kind of forget that everything, every physical matter, everything you touch around you is to be respected, is to be loved, has energy, has spiritual energy. It's its own creation. Like that pillow, or that, remote control, that, coffee mug, that soda can, that, piece of furniture, your, phone, your keyboard, your whatever, everything has its own energy. Everything is spiritual, as everything that has matter is also very spiritual and has its own frequency, just like you. And that's going to be kind of what I feel like Spirit is saying here. It's like time to connect to your lower chakras. And what's so interesting? When I was doing some lower chakra work, I came across this article, and it was kind of like the hips, the knee chakra, the ankle chakra, like the feet chakra, and then the heel on top of the foot, and then bottom of the foot chakras. And like those are the lower body chakras that you don't really get much information on. So like the information that I was reading was talking about how they relate to the lower forms of humanity, like, and it was like so dark, and it was kind of like lying to others, and then the lowest chakra was taking someone's life, you know, like, and it was like kind of like the lower forms of humanity. And I did the lower form energy work, and it was so difficult, and it was kind of like transmuting that energy for the collective, and it was like difficult because those are hard concepts to deal with, right? And then after that, it was kind of like, whoa, the darkest of the dark that I can handle of humanity, and I was doing the clearing work for that. And then it was so dark, I'm about to cry right now. It was so dark that I'm like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I did as much as I can to transmute the darkest of the dark energy of our collective energy, and this is it. This is as far as I can go. Like, I cannot, like, I was like visibly depressed and shaking and crying and I needed so many hugs. I asked everyone for hugs, and I don't do that because it was so dark. But then I came across, like, a year later, literally a year later, how some of these lower chakras, like the hips and the knees and the ankle and the feet, they translate to positive meanings. And so it's kind of funny because it's like, when you think of physical energies, and I think a lot of us do, we think of how, like, the manipulated form of physical energies. We see the dark side of these physical energies because that's what we've been seeing. We've seen people manipulate food. We've seen people manipulate, you know, music and art forms and buildings and stuff. Like, so we've seen the dark side of these physical energies. What we need to do is relate to the positive side of these physical energies, and there are, even like the higher chakras, there's like the dark side of the root chakra and the light side of the root chakra, and the dark side is unhealed and the light side is the healed part of that chakra, right? So I think I was doing a lot of healing work of those chakras in the darkest forms, but there's light sides to that. There's a healed form to those lower chakras. I'm going to try to see if I can find it and like link it below. Write a note. I want to try to see if I can find both of those, because it'd be interesting, like, to see it side by side, like the unhealed form, which is like the darkest part of humanity, and the healed form, which is probably related to manifesting physical things from light and love. Wow. Okay. So what else does Spirit have to say? Ascended Masters create open communication. So I'm getting that Spirit kind of reaches out to you no matter what, right? Like, higher energetic beings, they can communicate to us without fear of corrupting them, right? Because they're so high vibe, they're not going to be corrupted by us if we happen to come with a little bit of low vibes, right? They're not afraid to connecting with us. That's not the issue. But to want to connect to us, to want to channel through us, that's a different story. They would want to connect to and channel through those that have really high capabilities. Like, if you're really, really skilled or really, really knowledgeable, they'll want to channel through you. And also, if you're really, really high vibe and you have an ease to your communication, like, they can easily communicate through you, they'll also want to connect with you. So spirits, like, ascended masters, are surrounding you, and they're like looking at channeling through you and co-creating with you, but you have to be open to it, and that's going to be different for different people. Okay, so 5 of Swords with the 2 5s here now. 8 to 10, Magician 1 1 1 1 3. Okay, so 3 4 5. Okay, 15, 1 and 5, 5 5, 1-1. Okay, so there's definitely an energy of things are starting, changes are happening for in terms of creating a stable swords communication with the Ascended Masters. Okay, so I'm getting like higher energetic beings are going to talk to you more, talk through you more. And this is going to be different than what you did before. Okay, so I'm getting that the way that you connected through to talk to spiritual beings might have been more of a 3D form. So you might have done it through dreams. I know it's really easy to connect to your higher self, and when you are kind of just waking up, when you're just waking up, or it also happens when you're just falling asleep, but it's easier to remember when you're just waking up. You might remember some conversations that you're having with your higher self, and you like forget it like the next second. So if you can remember the messages that's coming through just as you're waking up, text it to yourself, put a pen and paper right next to your bed so you can write it down immediately, because you will forget literally 5 seconds later. So just try to put it down on paper, or write it down as fast as you can. Yeah, I am getting kind of that energy of the way they're going to communicate to you is going to be different now, because you disconnected from your 3D life. And so they know that you're ready. Like, you actively said, okay, I'm ready to move on from my 3D life, even though like that was a really hard thing for you to do. And it's going to come through. They're going to start communicating with you through you in a different way, because you're ready for the 5D life. So even the way that they communicate to you is going to be different. Okay, let me see if I can get someone you talked to. Okay, wow. I'm getting like it's gonna seem like it's just like this person who's like sitting right across from you and talking to you and having a conversation. Like, it's going to be like that. So I'm getting your ability to kind of communicate energetically is going to improve like 100-fold, where you're going to be able to talk to energies as if you're just talking to a person in the physical. Because I am getting like you're probably going to be, your mediumship ability is also going to come online, which is you're going to be able to talk to people who are passed over, maybe people who have like their energy signature is still in that area. You're also going to be able to talk to like angels and ascended masters, archangels, ETs, and just all sorts of beautiful, lovely high vibrational energies, as if you're just kind of talking to them. Wild. I'll see it. I'll believe it when I see it. But I said I see it first, so I always jumble up my sayings, and that's always like, I always feel like it's for a reason. Like, so I said I was gonna say I'll see it, and then I'll believe it. No, wait. I'll see it. I don't know. What is it? Someone you talk to once in a while, someone you talk to, and someone you talk to once in a while. Wow. Okay, so I'm getting there's gonna be certain energies that kind of talk to you more frequently, and then certain energies that kind of talk to you once in a while. I did this, like, I communicate with higher energetic beings when I meditate. I used to connect to higher energetic beings more back in the day, but I kind of only talk to them now if they kind of show up. And they usually show up for a reason, so I don't like actively go looking for people to connect with anymore like I did like in the beginning of my awakening. So there is like, I've talked to like this ancient druid once, and I've also talked to like a tribe, like an African tribe from back in the day. It was actually that long ago. And I've talked to like different beings from different star systems. I've talked to different energies, different like gods and forms, and they all have their own way of presenting themselves, and it was very interesting. I always knew this was going to happen because I have very strong mediumship abilities that I've been kind of like pushing down. But I feel like a lot of us, like, I feel like channeling is like the key thing here. I feel like channeling is like the kind of form of spiritual ability that is like the foundation here, the two fours here. I feel like that's the foundational ability that you're going to be able to build on. Cute little honk there from a car. That's confirmation. Yeah. So, and that's why this pile, whoever picks this pile, that's kind of what connects us all, is that you're going to build a foundation of channeling, and then whatever like you take that to is going to be up to you. Like, that's your own divine path. But like the foundation for everyone that picked this pile is that your channeling abilities are going to significantly improve and change at this time. And so this reading is a little bit more expanded than I was aiming for, but I'm going to aim it with this one last card, and I was hoping to use this deck, but I didn't think I'd have the time to, but now we're going to. Okay, so the Shapeshifter. Okay, 15, like the Tower card is a 15. Now let's look up the book meaning for that. So the energy of this Shapeshifter is kind of how we need to adapt to the ever-changing landscape of our existence. And it's kind of important to imagine that you're looking at life through a kaleidoscope rather than a single focus lens. At any moment, the scene may shift, revealing a more enchanting vision than you ever imagined. So it's kind of like, get ready to have your reality shift. And this is what I call the 5D awakening, where you kind of wake up to your new 5D life and like everything has changed, just like a spiritual awakening. This is like the 5D awakening, and prepare for what you think you know about the world to completely change yet again, but this time merging the spiritual with the physical. And I'm getting with the ascended masters, like someone you talk to and someone you talk to once in a while, I'm getting like you have your own spirit guides, but these spirit guides, they can be ascended masters, they can be like higher energetic beings. They're the ones who are going to be like stick by you. I'm getting like, you usually have like really highly spiritual people, really psychic people usually have like 2 or 3 guides that are always around them. So you're going to have those guides that are constantly there to help you and guide you. But then you're also going to see once in a while, like, yeah, because like next to the earth chakra, like you have your spirit team, like the few spirits that you're going to, high vibrational spirits that are like going to help you and always be around you. And then you're going to once in a while bump into other higher energetic beings. And yeah, prepare to have your whole world change and to adapt to it. And it's happening now for you, Pile 1. So magical times ahead. Let me know if this resonates. Keep connecting to me and other Lightworkers. I would love to know your story and how this kind of unfolds for you. And I'll, of course, keep sharing how it unfolds for me. So I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful Pile 2. With the Hematite, we're looking at how to usher in this new 5D life for you faster. So let's dive right into it. Temperance. Okay, so again, with this merging of the physical and spiritual world, the physical and spiritual realities within you. And 10 of Cups. Wow. So I do feel like it's going to be blissful. So how do you know that you're doing it right? It causes a lot of bliss. When you had your spiritual awakening and you just kind of saw, like, you saw colors more vibrantly. It's like, why am I noticing animals more? Why am I noticing magical things happening? Like when I went through my spiritual awakening, I remember like I would go for a walk and like there'd be a tree with like, flowers on it, like, and like the flower petals are ready to kind of like fall off. It's that time of season, so it's going into fall. And I would walk by it and like the flowers would come off the tree and whirl around me and then go. Like, I'm not even kidding. That kind of stuff would happen. like the craziest things, right? And so you notice it's like, what is happening? Is this world that magical, right? I feel like that's the kind of feeling you should be getting when you kind of enter this like new 5D life. And that's how you know it's happening the right way. Okay, so what is spirit? Expand your consciousness. Yeah. It's like, yeah, yet again, you're going to expand your world. So I believe that like when we went into like a lot of us when we went into our spiritual awakening, that was our like a wake up call for our soul, our spirit to kind of be like, hey, you need to expand your mind, you need to do some healing, you need to do some inner work, you know, focus on your mental energies, your emotional energies, and your spiritual energies. Otherwise, you know, you're not going to be able to keep living physically. Like you like cut it out. Let's split up your spiritual life from your physical life for a little moment so you can do some healing. You can focus on your healing, right? It's amazing what your spirit and your body will do in order for you to survive, in order for you to kind of do what you need to do to heal. So like your spiritual awakening was your mind being like, you know what? And your spirit being like, you know what? This is enough. You keep going down the wrong path. You're not seeing the bigger picture. You're not picking up the hint. You keep ignoring us. Bam, spiritual awakening. First dark night of the soul and then spiritual awakening, right? And your mind just kind of like opened up to this whole other realm, right? The realm where you cannot see, you know, see it. The energetic realm. So something similar is going to happen with your 5D awakening, except this is going to be different because it's now your spiritual reality merging with your physical reality, and it's going to be like an explosion of colors. And I'm getting like you're going to be able to see colors that human eyes typically don't see, or as at least as science say that we can't see. We're able to see these colors back during the golden age, when our bodies are healed, when we're connecting to spirit constantly, when we know we're not disconnected from spirit, from source energy. We're able to see like X-rays, ultraviolet colors, and colors beyond the scope of the Roy G. Biv, like our typical rainbow colors. So you're going to be able to, that's how you see auras, and not just of people, but of like objects and things and places and stuff. So Spirit's saying like, get ready for that kind of like 5D awakening. So, it coincides. Like when there's one kind of energy happening in the collective, it's usually happening for all people. So for this, like while you're going through a 5D awakening, there's going to be a lot of normies that are going through a spiritual awakening. You see, like, so we're all experiencing the same energy, but it just might be at different levels, you know, and different way of understanding it, different realities, you know. So that's why it's like kind of like you don't want to like look down at people and be like, oh, they're so far away. Like, no, they're going up in their energies just the way that you're going up, and the light workers ahead of you are going up, you know. It's just like we're all evolving our souls in our timely manner, in our own unique divine timely manner. The Lovers card, oh, I love this. So for you, pile 2, how you can enter this 5D energy faster is through love of your partner, romantic love, and family love. Those are the two specific. Even like community, your best friends, soul family love. Those are the ways that you're going to be able to go into 5D, your 5D life faster, is getting, especially with the Lovers card and the 10 of Cups card coming out in reverse. And this 10 of Cup card, I'm like definitely seeing family vibes. And then the Lovers card, obviously like your divine partnership. I'm definitely seeing the way that you're going to be able to come into 5D energy faster, expand your consciousness faster, is connecting with your divine counterpart and connecting with your soul family. And soul family are going to be people who, you know, already are born here, but also, you know, if you're creating a family, the family that you bring in, souls that you bring in. So through children, through grandchildren, through adopting children, or adopting animals, adopting like even like a forest or a river or like a pond, or like, you know, maybe not a river, rivers are too big, but like, you know, adopting a pond, adopting woodland, like a land. Like you can adopt energies that are like kind of like adopting a child, but it's like adopting like the energy of this, you know, natural area or whatever. But I do feel it's kind of like expand, like your soul family and your soulmate, and they're going to help expand your consciousness. They're going to help expand your 5D consciousness by just living with them. You're going to be on the same high vibe. You all are going to be connecting with your true authentic vibrations. It's easier to stay in the 5D and like live in the 5D with other people who kind of enforce that reality, enforce that mindset, because 5D is a state of mind, but it's also a way of living. It's a physical reality. That dimension already exists because it's sustained by other high vibrational beings that channel through those thoughts, those high vibrational energies, through their way of living, through their way of thinking, because at this point when you're in 5D, you're only channeling high vibrational thoughts. So you have to keep your mind at a place where it's only channeling high vibrational thoughts. And when you go into the 5D, you no longer are channeling lower energy thoughts. And so you're gonna look back and be like, oh wow, it's like, how was I thinking like anything negative? And luckily, because this is a beautiful time in human history where you are going from 3D existence, 3D body even, 3D energy into 5D energy, you're gonna remember, oh yeah, like that's why it was hard. You have experienced the know-how, the knowledge, the light of why it's so hard for some people to switch into that 5D way of thinking. And it's like all the things that you need to do, all the healing you need to do, and then connecting to the right people of your same vibe and keeping that up. Once you're in the 5D, it's easy to be in the 5D. It's easy to keep positive thoughts. It's easy to connect with like-minded people, like energy people. You create that dimension because reality is just our thoughts, right? Our collective thoughts. And so when you're with the right collective, you are in the 5D dimension. The 5D dimension already exists because there's already people thinking in the 5D mindset. I feel like there's like a bubble. There's a bubble that forms around you, and that is 5D dimension. And then when someone else comes in, that's also 5D, you bloop, the bubble becomes bigger. And when they leave, they're still in that bubble. And there are places in this world where that bloop bubble is much bigger, and you can have like a much wider like range of 5D. Like there's 5D land, but we don't see it. We couldn't see it because we were in 3D energies. We could never get into that bubble. We couldn't even see that bubble. You know, I'm getting kind of like Black Panther vibe, where they had that whole bubble around its really high vibrational, highly technologically advanced, highly spiritually advanced civilization. We can't even go in it. You know, dark energies have tried to infiltrate it. They can't. They literally can't. And how they know about it is just from old, ancient wisdom, occult wisdom that people wrote about. People wrote about these bubbles of existence of 5D energy that coexists here in our 3D energy. So much is channeling through right now that I am like blowing my own mind. Like, this is crazy. So that's why they talk about like when you're in the 5D, you'll have a bubble around you, and no one from the 3D can affect your 5D energy anymore. And you're going to be kind of looking down, but not down. You're going to be looking at these people not in your bubble and being like, oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. That's too bad. But they can't affect you in your 5D energy. They can see you. You can see them, but their energies can't affect you. And Your energies can affect them, but only if you want it to. You're protected in your bubble. And so when you're going to want to be around other high vibrational people, including your divine counterpart, including your soul family, and the like, your community members, other light workers, because then you can make your bubble bigger. It's just kind of like you can get like a compound, where you can, that whole land is high vibrational instead of just kind of maybe that house. You kind of want to expand your bubble and be with more people. And that bubble is going to take over everything. It already exists. This 3D reality is going to keep existing. That's the split, right? And that 5D energy already exists. It's already higher energetic beings that are maintaining their own 5D energy bubbles. Train whistle confirmation. And there's other bubbles of other higher vibrational energies that I'm not going to go into. But for the 5G, this is it. This is what it looks like, bubbles. That's how I can explain it. Oh my goodness. Okay. So the bull, I'm just kind of like, I'm trying not to like, I'm so happy channeling these messages. And I'm also kind of like understanding, like I recorded like a really long, hour-long reading, and it got deleted. It didn't record, and I was so upset. And so now I'm understanding why, with these messages coming through, why these messages came through and those messages didn't. I understand now. Okay. Bull, do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. So these are like the first signs that you will see when entering the 5D. Okay, so, and then Quill, get back to basics. Okay, so I'm getting that like there is opposition. There are energies that are trying to keep you in the 3D rather than you blipping into the 5D. Oh my God, that's where the blip in the Marvel Universe movies and shows are referencing. And then blipping back. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because there's going to be an extended period of time where people can go back and forth from 5D from 3D to 5D and 5D to 3D, and then eventually you're just going to stay in 5D. That's the blip. People disappearing. How many shows are there out there? Of people, just a mass amount of people just disappearing out of nowhere. That's what it is. Oh my goodness, so much clarity is coming through. And today this is the time I was reading, but when I'm posting this, it's Virgo full moon, and I'm a Virgo moon in my first house. And so I knew this is going to be the clarity. Look, I even made this calendar for that reading I did. The orange energy is portal days, which you're getting a lot of information. And then the blue dates are center days, which are like when you're making sense of the energies that came through. And not every month has this extreme amount of energy dates, portal dates coming through. So February was a really, really big month. Mercury's in Aquarius, Mars in Aquarius, Venus in Aquarius. The Aquarius is where Pluto is, so they're conjuncting with Pluto like crazy, which is giving you a glimpse of the next 20 years. And then I kind of get why my clarity is coming in now during this full moon in Virgo rather than earlier in the week, because we had Venus conjunct Mars, so a lot of like soulmate level energies, divine counterpart energies are coming in. And then North Node conjunct Chiron, which is like healing any wounds in regards to your soul mission and your destiny, what your life purpose is, which is North Node in this lifetime. Chiron, your deepest wounds healing during Pisces season, all starting when Pisces season started. And so it was kind of like you're focusing on your soul mission and your divine counterpart energies, because I mentioned so many times before, but like these things happen together for Lightworkers, Starseeds, spiritual warriors, spiritual leaders, highly spiritual people. Your soul mission coincides with your romantic divine counterpart soulmate union. Like it happens at the same time. Soul mission divine union happens around the same time. Proof. Astrological proof. And then Mercury went into Pisces. So we have like some of the quick moving. Mercury was in Aqua, now it's in Pisces. Pisces is like bringing it all together. We're bringing it all together, getting the clarity. So like, this is, a crazy time. Wow. And so I'm getting kind of like going back to basics is also like getting back to like what matters most in this lifetime. What matters most? What's the right answer? Because people are like, oh, there's no wrong answer to that. No, there is a right answer. What matters most is the connections you make with other people. You know, the connections that you make to yourself, to your own identity, your own your ego, your body, to source energy, to the higher realms, to your soul, and to other people. That's what matters the most. Back to basics. But also I'm getting, obviously there's energies that are, we just exited the Iron Age and entering the Golden Age. Iron Age meaning there's a ton of folks with their own agenda that were malefic, like that were bad intentions, that were literally to give power to, the few. They were literally taking energy from other people to give it to themselves, to their own lives and their own dreams and wishes and stuff, right? And that's not good. Because we all have the ability, if you connect to your soul, your true divine self, we all have the ability to create abundance in the life that we want. And we forget it, right? And those energies at the top, some of them are human and they have bad intentions and they will get their karma, but they are taking away people's that knowing and hopes and wishes and dreams and energy in order to manifest their own wishes and dreams, because part of their dream, their wish, is to have control over other people, and that gets them off, right? And they're usually controlled by darker energies that can't create because they're not connected to source energy. So it kind of goes in that direction. But like basically there are energies that are trying to keep people, even though we're ushering in the new 5D golden age, there are energies that kind of want to keep people in the 3D as long as possible to keep feeding their whims, their dark whims. And not all of them are dark. They just want to. They like the feeling of having a lot of money or having a lot of nice things or nice life, and they like the idea of having that against the background of other people not having it. They like to put their nose up in the air, and they enjoy that energy. It's the few, anyone can be swayed into their dark side, but these humans were swayed into their shadow self to the point where they kind of normalized it. These are psychopaths, sociopaths, or they became sociopathic and psychopathic because they started to feed their shadow self and not their light bodies. And that was done by darker energies and beings who are not connected to source energy, that can only create darkness through people that are still connected to the light. So that's the story of the people, quote unquote, on top. Not everyone is. Not everyone who has money is or successful is. But there's a lot of people who were kind of coaxed into their shadow self, and they kind of had their energies exploited by dark energies that are not connected to source energy. And ultimately all the energies go back to source energy, even dark energies, but those dark energies are they don't remember their connection to the light, or they were kind of like man-made, and so they weren't created from light. And yeah, let's move on from our history lesson here, shall we? Okay, so there are people who are kind of wanting to prevent you from going to 5D, and they'll do it through all the bells and whistles. So all the things that they have, they're going to try to introduce it to the collective. So technology, they're going to use that as a shiny toy. Oh, look at here. You want new kinds of technology? Will that keep you in a 3D? Yeah, let's give you some, like, what are those, like, new glasses that can, like, let you have AR, augmented reality. Let's give you more VR. Let's give you more better video games. Let's get you more different kinds of foods. Yeah, you want some magical food to appear right out of the TV? Like, let's do that. You want full screens in your kitchen to just give you recipes and tell you what's in your fridge, and what you need to buy next time it's the grocery store. Maybe just have the grocery store list automatically prepared for you, delivered for you. You want more technology, you want more easy life, you want to, more recreation, more bells and whistles to distract you. Yeah, let's do it. Let's roll it out. And that's why I believe this rollout of ancient technologies or new technologies is coming out to it's a twofold. It's to distract some of the negative energies, the dark energies are gonna try to use it to keep people in the 3D, while the high vibrational people are gonna see this technology and remember from past golden ages where these technologies come from and what they can be used for. So it's a twofold process. There's a light and the dark to all these, because we're still looking at the 3D, right? So in the 3D, they're going to use these technologies to kind of distract people to keep being in the 3D, where people who are awakening, people who are on that high vibe are going to be using this technology for good. But then there's you, who is already going into the 5D, who's going to kind of get back to the basics. So stay away from technology and just be in nature more, because if you're in the 5D, there's nothing technology can do that you can't do within yourself, that you don't have. You have this psychic powers, you have like superhero powers that you can unravel, and that's what technology is trying to mirror, the magical powers that you already have. And this is what's going to be unfolding as we go through the golden age. People are going to be remembering how they're connected to source, how they can manifest like crazy, how they can move things with the telekinesis powers, or telepathic powers, or teleportation powers. Like, these are real things. Why do you think it keeps coming up in sci-fi? The same stories in sci-fi over and over again, because we're remembering some of our lifetimes during those golden ages. So all you'll want to do is just kind of get some land, sit back, hang out with your family, and just uncover what, in the last reading, pile 1, I mentioned how when an energy is happening for the collective, it's happening for everyone, but we're just at different levels. So if technology is coming out for the 3D folks, it's going to be like, entertainment, more things that kind of separate people, and kind of harms people and kind of makes you forget your connection to source energy more. That's going to be the people who refuse to see spirituality, who refuse to see the higher power, who want to continue living in their little 3D bubble, right? They'll see this technology and then use it for entertainment purposes and ways to disconnect you from people. And yourself and source energy. The people who are awakening are going to see this technology and be like, oh wow, we can use this technology to clean up the oceans, or to bring nutrients back into the soil. And that's how they're going to be awakening. They're going to see this technology boom as a way to, like, how can we modify it to improve this world. And then we have the 5D folks, people going into the 5D land, who are discovering this technology within your own body, within your own energy body within your own physical body, and how you're going to be able to, it's going to look like superpowers, but it's basically technology of your own body that you're discovering and learning about. You see how it's the same energy but in 3 different levels. Okay. Knight of Wands. This is happening. Okay, I'm getting this energy of like, especially with this person who has like a fireball and this really cool mythical creature. And the Knight of Wands, like you're gonna start like practicing it like now. So while everyone's having fun with their technology, you're having fun with your new powers. And they're gonna be like crazy like that. You're gonna have like, I don't know, electricity shooting out from your fingertips, even maybe fire or heat. And it's like, I'm getting kind of like that energy, that what is that? From that movie. It's like, oh yeah, like at first I just could feel like some sparks from my fingertips. And then eventually I could control it throughout my whole body and like control like the voltage or something. So it's kind of like that. It's like you're just gonna feel like a little hint of it and you're like, whoa, did I actually just do that with my mind or with my body or with my hands? Like, and then you're just gonna keep practicing with it and it's gonna get stronger. It's that kind of cool stuff that's happening. And I don't care if people don't believe me. Like, this is a high vibe reading. Like, if you don't get it, move on, right? You know, like this is a reading for other light workers and like light warriors. Okay, so what is Spirit's message here for you? Ace of Fire. Yeah, I love that with the Knight of Wands as well. This energy of like, it's time to get started. Spirit's like, we're giving you the spark of the divine. I'm getting kind of like a reborn kind of energy, because you know how when you go through a spiritual awakening, you feel kind of like reborn, you know? I'm getting that kind of energy again. And this is like every time you're kind of like reborn, or you upgrade your belief system, your reality, you evolve your soul, you evolve your energies like that significantly. I feel like Spirit puts like their thumb on your third eye, and it's just like, or they point at your third eye and you get like an upgrade, which kind of makes sense of why so many people have been so many light workers and truthers have been kind of feeling haywire recently. It was a timeless reading, but like at the time I posted, like, yeah, a lot of people who are in the public eye, whether they're spiritual or part of like the truth, revealing the truth community, have been going a little bit haywire. And I think this is why. But I'm getting like, you're getting that spark of the divine. Queen of Cups. The embodiment of nurturing, compassionate, and kind feminine energy. You're connecting with yourself and with others through your heart space. Keep your emotions balanced and you'll find success in every situation. So I'm getting, you're really being drawn. I'm getting like your journey begins now. You're really being drawn to your divine counterpart and your soul family right now, because you're connecting through people through your heart space, which is like you're living your 5D life right now. And because you're so strongly living through your 5D like energies in heart space, Spirit is immediately bringing in people on that same vibe to you right now. So while you're getting in these like superpowers, I know I sound crazy saying it, but like I swear I feel like people are discovering the superpowers. Like, why do you think that they had the whole X-Men thing? Like that's to show that like everyone innately has abilities. And it's going to be like, there might be like a war with like, or some disagreement with people who are in the 5D and have powers versus those who don't, you know? They portray it in a certain way, but how many shows are there about that? People having powers and abilities. You can't create, we humans cannot create anything but the truth. And we're literally always creating things, even in sci-fi, even in books and whatever, things that we remember or that we know are the truth. So we see that superpowers and then connecting with other people who get it, who are on that, who are there as well. It's time to fill up that cup of love for yourself. And I got this energy. I kind of was like, I'm thinking about like moving on from my other channel, because it's kind of like I'm channeling at such a high vibe level, and I keep coming across people who are low vibe now, and I'm like, okay, I kind of don't want that anymore. Like, and before I would try to like reason with them and like help them understand, but I'm just kind of like, no, I did my service to others, and now I'm ready to kind of just work on my self-mastery and help those that I love. And that's kind of like this whole energy of Lightworkers leaving that I've been channeling for years now, where you're not leaving like the world or anything, like, but you're just kind of connecting with other Lightworkers and kind of focusing on yourself and this new vision and this new, you know, project, the new things that you want to do with the people who will get it. And so that's what I'm getting. It's time to fill out your own cup, because your cup is valuable, pile 2. Like, your cup is valuable. Your vessel, your energy is valuable. And this is the time to focus on that rather than helping other people. You've done that. While you were helping other people, it was kind of like you were helping yourself. So whatever you were helping other people with, you were also kind of, it's kind of like, you know, when you have a teacher and you learn from that teacher, and then as soon as you know the material well enough, like the test of knowing that material well enough is being able to teach others. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting. Like, you've done your part, you've taught other people, now it's time for you to kind of retire, focus on yourself and focus on this new world. And I'm not talking about retire as in like you're ready to kind of die now. That's actually the opposite. You're ready to kind of live your brand new 5D life now. And retirement shouldn't be that late. You know, retirement, like there's the communities. I've heard of this like ancient African community where like you're required to work when you're like, I don't know, like 18 to 22 or something like in the mid, like younger range. And then like you retire by the time like you're in your late 20s or something like that, or early 30s. Like, you're not meant to like be of service for forever, for a long time. Like, there's like, you do it, and then the next people come around and then they give their service to others, and then you kind of focus on your own life. Like, you don't have to work your entire life being in service to others. Like, focusing on your self-mastery and focusing on what you want to do, that's your life purpose, right? What you contribute to society, that like what you have to do to keep up the systems, that should be a very short period of your life. The longer period of your life purpose should be focused on your life purpose, your who you truly are, your self-mastery, people that you love, and that in itself helps the world. So actually, like, working shouldn't take up that much time in your life. Like, even I've heard in like that Atlantean times, like you'd only work how much you wanted to or how much you could if you have interest in it. Like, you'd put in your shifts, like you put in the time and energy, and then you're kind of done. Like, you don't need to there's enough people to do service to humanity, like upkeep a building or, you know, help in the hospitals. But obviously you don't need that much healing if most people are healthy, and you don't need to repair too many buildings if their buildings are made correctly. So like, people have like a short period of time where they are in service to community in that way, kind of physical ways, but most of the time you spend kind of focusing on yourself and your own self-mastery and the people that you love, and just kind of adding to the community in the creative ways you like to, and making it pretty and lovely and high vibe. Like, that's how it's supposed to be. So I'm getting that kind of energy. I'm like, oh, I'm done. I'm done with these low vibe peoples. I'm not going to mess with them. Like, I'm just going to go off and do my own thing now. Like, I've done enough. And I feel like that's why a lot of people in the public eye, light workers and people who work for truth, for the light, are kind of feeling the change of energy, but they don't understand what's going on. And this is what's going on. Okay. What does Spirit have to say to you? Sacral chakra. I love this orange. And especially with the lovers, like, this is the time to kind of get into your sensual body in a very positive way. Lots of hugs and kisses to the family. Lots of intimate moments with your divine counterpart. That's, like, sex magic is a thing. You are meant to create high vibrational babies for the next generation. You're meant to create high vibrational sex magic and energy. You're meant to have pleasant feelings, and not just like sexually, but like just hugs and kisses, and, you know, picking flowers and smelling them, and, you know, running through the grass on a sunny day, working with your hands, planting vegetables, you know, taking dips, skinny dipping in the lake with your divine counterpart or by yourself. Just, you know, like, you're supposed to be feeling sensually this beautiful earth. And that's how Spirit is saying how it's gonna be in this 5D energy. So you might as well, you know, get used to that. Get ready for a lot of good feelings. Your body feeling good, you know? Massaging your counterpart, the counterpart massaging you. You know, a lot of us are going to be learning how to heal with our hands, you know, and getting into different, like, ways, like, you know, foot reflexology, how to like move energy through people's bodies, different massage techniques, and like, there's going to be more healers that are going to be using their hands and to help someone. You know, getting a little personal here, but I went to a psychic recently, well, not recently, like maybe a year ago. And like, he was on point, he's good. And he was talking about how, like, it would be helpful for me to get like healing, like massages or energy work done with the hands of like a woman, because I never got hugged by my mom. But like, it's good for me to kind of have like a feminine energy heal my body. Probably even just to heal some like feminine energy wounds. But like, I was kind of told like, oh, I need like feminine energy hands to kind of help heal me physically, like through energy work, through like massages, through like certain kind of like, you know, even acupuncture, or like, you know, even just getting like massages more frequently. And it kind of just rang so true to me. I'm like, I get it. I know why. I totally do. I should get on that. Maybe that's my message in this reading. But yeah, like, totally like getting into that sensual part, and like, start taking care of yourself, massaging yourself, getting massages, doing taking care of the food that you eat, being more involved with the food that you eat and things like that. I'm getting as Spirit's message for you. Taking care of yourself, you know? You did as much as you could to help other people. It's time to take care of yourself, because you are entering this 5D energy. You did your work. Pile 2. Love and light. Act with care. I am getting this kind of energy of, let me pull more card, Child of Wands. We have Ace of Wands, Page of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. I'm getting kind of that feeling of like, you know, you're going to be able to do so much more for the world if you just do so much more for yourself, which is a really like counterintuitive thing to say to another highly spiritual person as yourself. But that is literally the best thing you can do while people are trying to transition into the 5D, to help your fellow light workers, to bring more love and light into the world, is by nurturing, nourishing, and taking care of yourself. Make sure you feel good. Making sure you feel good. That's sweet. Okay. What else? We'll wrap this reading up in a bit. Okay. Medicine, natural herbal techniques. Okay, yeah. See, I kind of knew it. Like, totally. I do get this feeling of you're going to be introduced to a lot of natural medicine. You're going to probably, maybe a lot of you are going to go into herbology, learn what kind of herbs, what kind of food, what kind of plants, what kind of flowers, what kind of teas, what kind of different things, like depending on your interests. Work for people, what kind of techniques, natural techniques, different cultural techniques, ancient techniques, healing, through energy or psychology or energy, like, spiritually, or this is the healer pile 2. And that's why people are going to be naturally drawn to you too, because that's your, like, all these piles all these piles are going to resonate with everyone, but like this, because you picked this specific pile, this is more truer to your energies right now, which is you're the healer energy, heal thyself. And then also that's why people are going to be drawn to you quicker than the other piles, because you have that natural healing energy that people can sense and want to be around you. So you're going to draw in people more faster than the other piles. And you're going to bring up some natural techniques. I feel like this pile is more like physical, because I feel like you have like some sort of physical power coming online, but it's also going to, like, you're connecting with like nature more in terms of like knowing intuitively what plant would help people, studying things like that more. You have a lot of things going on, pile 2. Explore, adventure, curiosity, finding, hence the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands. You're ready for adventure. I feel like you're going to be like discovering like a whole new world. I feel like you're going to build up a specific skill set. So not only do you have a superpower going on, not only are you connecting to a lot of people, but you're also learning. I'm getting like that, what's that blue guy from the X-Men? Beast. Like how, like, and I'm also getting the Hulk is also a scientist that also has a lot of strength. I'm getting that kind of energy. Wow. I didn't realize that there were 2 similar characters. Okay, but yeah, the kind of energy where like you have this really like scientific research, know so much about a specific kind of medicine or technique, and you kind of dive into that. But then this other side of you that's like a kick-ass, superhero warrior that's getting an ability online. And then I'm also getting that you're getting like a soulmate and soul family coming in that have similar things going on for them. So it's very exciting times. You're eager to explore. You're ready for this new adventure. It seems like it's a very pleasurable time. You're really enjoying these new sensations and, getting a lot of hugs and kisses and feeling healthier than you ever felt before, feeling stronger, younger, faster, thinking clear, being more intelligent than you ever have. Like, it's all these kind of things going on at the same time. So pile 2. Sounds like a really exciting time. I'm going to pull one last card for Spirit. The Mother. So with this Mother energy, I'm definitely getting that like nurturing. Yeah. The Queen of Cups, like the nurturing energy, creative energy. You're glowing because you're vibing higher, because you're healthier mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. It's like very generative. So like you're regenerating. I feel like you're kind of like giving back to yourself and healing, and like I feel like you're going to be super healthy, super young. Like you're going to be super high vibe, literally going to be glowing. Feeling good, and then because you have that energy, you're going to be able to give it to your partner and your soul family, your family, and then you're going to be able to kind of embody that energy for the rest of the collective, because I feel like you're at the forefront, and so this is you getting the womb ready for the, rest of the collective that's going to be birthed into this new reality. You're getting like the nest ready. You're preparing the womb. And so you had to get ready, you had to prepare yourself and the people you love before you prepare, to help the others. So for the 4 or 5D. So pile 2, I hope you enjoyed this reading. And with that, if you resonated, or if you want to share your story, or if you want to connect with me personally, my email is listed there, with any relevant information that you might have that you might want to share, because I will continue sharing mine. So with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 3 with the Amazonite. We're looking at how to usher in this new 5D life in for you faster. So let's jump right into it. Okay, Ace of Swords. Wow, okay. So 3 for 3, all the decks are kind of basically saying something is happening now. You already have victory. I feel like you already have kind of figured out the way. And I forget what reading I did, but I kind of picked up on that energy. Like there's some of you here that have already figured it out. Kind of already figured out how this is going to look, what it's actually going to be like, and your part in it, and what you have to do. Some of you have already gotten clarity, and this is that group. Like you might have gotten that clarity before me. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, and you've already started bringing in that money energy, that abundance energy. So you've already started bringing in that money energy. So you already have opened up the floodgates. You already figured out your manifestation energy, because it's like unique to every person. It's kind of similar for all of mankind, but it's slightly different for each individual. And so you already unlocked it. You're already pouring in money right now. This has already been going on. Your world is about to transform. Yeah, I feel like you just poked the hole and now it's starting to rain out. It's starting to rain money, rain abundance on your life. Very good things. Okay. 3 of Pentacles. Sorry, 3 of Cups. Because I said 3 of Pentacles, I'm thinking that like this is a team effort. So not only are you bringing in abundance, but you're also bringing in people to work with. I'm getting you have a goal or project, soul mission project already in mind, or like some humanitarian project, or game changer kind of project already in mind. And you already have the money and the people that you're going to be working with coming through already right now, this second. So pile 3, this is more of a confirmation for you, because I feel like you already figured things out. You're already kind of on that path. You kind of already like rolling with it. If you want, I would love if you just sent me an email or a comment, let me a comment and give me the heads up, give me the what's going on next. Because it seems like you're already on that path. Okay, so what are some of the first signs that you already received, pile 3, because you're already there when you entered 5D or started entering 5D life? Broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. So I feel like you cut ties with something that was no longer working, and it might have been your current humanitarian project, like your current service to others, and you kind of broke ties with it, something that you put a lot of energy and effort into. You used that project or that work, that job, or that hobby, whatever it was, that platform, to kind of be in service to others, and you kind of broke away from that. You kind of like, okay, it's kind of, instead of pouring more energy and resources into this project, it's time to kind of pour that energy and focus into what I actually came here to do. And so I feel like that was kind of, it might be upsetting because it was like unsuccessful outcome to a problem. I feel like you wanted to bring this project to what it could be, to its highest form, but you kind of had to kind of let it go in order for this new soul mission, like new, like destined project work situation that you're meant to do in this lifetime to come in. Tower, solid foundation, success without effort. Oh, success with effort. But I read it without effort. So I feel like because you unlocked this key piece of information, whether it's how to manifest or whether it's your destiny, if you kind of downloaded new information about your destiny, about like your soul mission project, what you're meant to do in this lifetime. Because I feel like around this time, this is a timeless reading, but around the time that I'm posting this, February 2024, is when there's a lot of clarity coming in for Lightworkers on their soul mission. And this is like where you'll get, like after this long drawn out winter season for us in the Northern Hemisphere, this was a season that was going to bring in clarity. And now that we just have Pisces season starting, or kind of end of this like changeover period, changeover into your new 5D life, your 5D destiny. Literally, God is sending you the envelope with your soul mission in it. Like, it's going to be that clear, that obvious. All the ideas that you've had in the past that you're getting flooded with, so many things that you want to do in your life, so many things that make sense for you to do, so many things that you're skilled at, that you learned, that you put energy into, that you're have interest in, like all these things are coming together. You got that enlightened idea. You got that opportunity. You got that knowledge, that sacred wisdom. You unlocked the key. You got the key to unlock that hidden power, hidden knowledge, hidden information that you needed to know to make the next moves. That is what has happened recently for you, Pile 3. And now you know absolutely, with no doubt, with absolute certainty, what you're meant to do in this lifetime. And now you can put all your energy, focus, and resources towards that. That's why you don't feel bad about letting go of that previous project that you were using to be in service to others, to do your light work. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Definitely getting this energy of like home. Like you finally found that work that you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. You finally found that project, that line of work, that thing that is going to keep continuously providing you with, first of all, solid foundation. So a good place to set up home, to live. It's going to set up income for you, steady income, or steady resources. You're going to always find that you're going to have the right people, things that you need, opportunities that you need just show up, because you're living your most authentic life now. You're living your highest and best destiny right now. You've unlocked it. That's what you're at. So whatever this idea comes in, this thing that you're going to be doing for the rest of your life with other people, you're getting the resources, the right resources for it. It's going to confirm for you, because you're going to get the right kind of money, opportunities, and resources, the right people coming in for this idea. That's how you know this is the right idea. This is the idea. This is the information you needed, the clarity that you needed. This is what you're going to be. This is home for you. This work coming in for you, this project, this destiny unfolding for you, it's going to feel like home, because it's going to keep you interested. You're super passionate about it. It involves all your skills, knowledge, and experience. This is it. This is what's coming in for you. Pile 3. And you know, like, you have, if you needed like exactly like this dollar amount for the capital to start this business, you get exactly that amount. A paycheck coming in. And then like a week later, you're like, oh, you know what? I kind of would be like to have, you know, this set up at my house, or this kind of new computer. If I get a little bit extra money, like this much, I'll be good for, what I need for my sustaining myself for the next several months or whatever, in order to start this new project, new business or whatever. And you get exactly that dollar amount, like as a paycheck in your mail, delivered to you. As you need it, it comes in. As you need it, it comes in. And that's true for money. That's also true for people. That's also true for resources and opportunities. You get linked up. You're getting hooked up by God. Seriously cool things happening for you, pile 3. I feel like you just figured this out. So even though like you're someone who already has tapped into this new 5D energy and you've already kind of started things, it's still been recent enough that like your world is still transforming in big ways now. Oh, so what does Spirit have to say about all this? 2 of water, 2 of cups. Okay. With this home energy, so friends and romantic partners. So I do feel like you're setting up your home. So the people that you socialize with, that you hang out with, that your friends and that are your family, soul family, are also going to be the people that you work with. So this is like taking work-life balance into a new direction. Like people don't know what's coming. Like this is like you're meant to work with your family. You're meant to work with your friends. You're meant to work with people who have like energies and like-minded, and that you see and that you see on a daily basis that you're friendly with. You're meant to work with people that you talk with outside of work, that you can talk to about personal things with. There's no divide of like professional life and personal life anymore. You're meant to work with these people not just on your humanitarian project, but in emotional work, healing work, discovering interests and hobbies and fun, that kind of work, life work, So if you know me, you know that like I don't consider like work as like necessarily the thing that you do for money. I consider work like the thing that you do on a daily basis with like the people around you. So that could be like working for another company to make money. That could be your life's work, but that's very 3D minded. Like you're also going to be talking to your coworkers, talking to your friend about something that happened in your day that you need to kind of work through and heal and figure out. That's work. That's life's work. So humanitarian work should be done with your friends and family, your community, people you like, people who are like-minded, not just some random person that you meet at the office. Although that has some divine meaning too, like why you might have bumped into that person. Everything has a reason, right? But when you're living in that high vibe, you're not just working with people that you don't want to talk to outside of the office. You're working with everyone that you do see outside of the office. Okay. So what else does Spirit have to say? Spirit's message. Queen of Swords. Communicative and self-expression. And self-expressive with great rationale and intellect. You stand tall in your truth and the inherent knowledge of who you are. Use this wisdom you've gained from your experiences to lead you. So I'm getting like you specifically, this idea, this soul mission, this new project or business idea or new career or line of work that you're going in, or what you're going to be doing with your time, for the majority of your time, in terms of work, is tailor-made for you. It's so perfect for your experiences and your knowledge and your wisdom and your skill set that this is your time to lead. Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords here. You have all the resources. You have all the knowledge and wisdom. Now it's time to do something with it. So I'm getting it's time to lead. The Pentacles and the Swords, they're both like towards like towards the end of manifestation. So you're leading people in what to manifest, how to manifest, and how to, like, you know, how to prioritize manifestation. Because manifestation has to do with like what you really want, right? That's why you manifest it faster. You really want it, but you don't need it. But you don't have to have it. Manifestation is a very really tricky skill to master, which is why a lot of people think they know how to do it, but they don't. Like, they might be able to manifest little things, but to manifest really, really big things like a new 5D world, you have to be really skilled, really mastered in it. And I feel like you have the ability. You have the ability to not only manifest, but know what to manifest, know what is going to help the most amount of people, or what the situation calls for. You know, oh, this community is missing this, we should manifest it. You have the vision, you have the eye. You can get a sense of a place and be like, oh, you know what? These kinds of people need to be here with their energies. Like, maybe more artists need to live in this location, or this community is missing more gardens and farms. Like, there needs to be more food growth in this area, or this place needs to have more places set up for education of younger kids, or this place needs more education for adults in how to parent. Or, you know, you have that ability to visualize, to get the idea, to channel very clearly what's missing in someone's life, in a certain location, or what the whole planet needs. You have the ability to lead with a vision, and that's what you're going to be doing. And I think the tough part for you is to kind of leave the rest for others to do, because I feel like you're such a hands-on person. Your ability to manifest, it works so well because you know the steps, physical steps to take, you know what to physically do. But I think you're going to have to get used to kind of being, you know, the leader, the CEO at the top that is going to just be the visionary, the big picture guy, the big picture person, who is kind of like telling people like, hey, like, this area needs this needs this, and kind of do less of the hands-on work, even though you like it, and you could probably manifest these ideas better if you are more physically involved. But I feel like there's too many people who needs a lot of direction and vision, and you're the kind of person that needs to do it. You're kind of trained for it in your lifetime. Not that you won't be manifesting it, but I do feel like you'll be working with a partner. I'm getting Minority Report, like precogs kind of vision. So I do feel like the person that you're going to be working close with is probably going to be your romantic partner, if not like a really close, like sibling-like feeling. Where you two are going to be kind of visualizing together. I feel like you are like two parts of a whole. For very few of you, there might be three people, but for most of you, it's two people. And for most of you, that is your divine counterpart, your romantic divine counterpart. For others of you, it's going to be like a sibling kind of feeling, where it's platonic, but you both have kind of like brother, sister, or sister, sister, brother, brother feeling, kind of. Similar age, where you two are going to be manifesting, like visualizing for people together. It feels like you two kind of work together. You bring different parts of the vision together. I feel like the idea is so beautiful, so big, that you need two people as a conduit to manifest. And that might be the secret. Because I feel like the things that you are visualizing to manifest are such big manifestations that it cannot be put into one. I'm hearing that's the one mistake that people have made in the past, spiritual people. When you're trying to manifest really, really big things in your life, you're probably trying to manifest by yourself, and you may be able to do it, but it might take a very long time. But if you have someone to visualize and manifest with you, to bring those energies in with you, you'd be able to manifest much, much bigger things. And I'm getting that you're such a high vibrational person, that you only need one other person, maybe two, to manifest these big, 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 big visions, big manifestations. Even things that like will change the world. Like it just takes two people to create that vision, that idea fully. Maybe three. Yeah, because I'm getting 2, 3. Yeah, cause sometimes you work with just your partner, just your divine counterpart. And sometimes you work with, smaller groups, 3, 4, 5 people, maybe 7 at most. 7 is very powerful. But it's also more difficult to do, to manifest the same vision with 7 people. So that's why you would know. Pile 3, you're going to know. Because you're going to be part of that team that like manifests things like that. Like with your partner, with your small, very close-knit group of friends that you know really well, platonic, and then also bigger groups, but that's way more difficult. It's way advanced, but you're going to be probably on that path that learns how to work with, like, you know how there's always like a big council, like a council of 5, a council of 7, a council of 12 or whatever. Like it's the more people that you connect with to manifest and visualize and do kind of spiritual work with, the more advanced your knowledge has to be. You're on that path. You're on that path to be able to do that. But your comfortable go-to is going to be your romantic counterpart. So lucky you, it's right there. That person that you can work with is also going to be the person that you live with and, share your life with, which is really romantic in its own way. But like, there are friends involved, platonic friends that like will be able to do some of that kind of work with you sometimes. I'm getting this kind of vision of like sometimes it's just the two of you, and sometimes you bring along a friend or two or a few to do this kind of work with, and learn and grow as you go on. But most of the time it's just the two of you. It takes two. It takes at least 2. You're good because you're going to be doing a lot of work. Let's see. What's I have to say? Metatron. Love, love, love Metatron. Metatron was one of the first energies I connected with after my spiritual awakening. Yeah, so I do get you're going to be working with the 3D folks in the 3D realm a lot while you're still entering your 5D energy. You're going to be one of those folks that like kind of stays behind to help bring in as many people into the new like 5D energy as much as possible. So that's why you're going to be manifesting a lot in the 3D realm. And in the 3D realm, you need more juice. So it's a realm of duality. So that's why working with 2 people is really good. Working with more is a little bit more difficult, but also you can manifest bigger things. But you really just need 2. You 2 are powerful on alone. Yeah. You have a lot. You're going to be able to access a lot of knowledge because you're going into the 5D, but you're coming back to the 3D a lot. So it's going to seem like you're like a supercomputer. Like you're going to have that much knowledge and wisdom. That's how you can, I'm getting like you're going to be able to visualize very, very specifically. Like, do you know how they say like Tesla was able to visualize very detailed images of his inventions, and like when he was lucid dreaming or stuff like that, like he'd be able to visualize very like in super super fine detail every little knob and switch, every little corner of his inventions in fine detail, and kind of even like move the 3D object around and flip it and see all sides of it. Like I'm getting, you're going to have that kind of ability. That's why you're going to be able to visualize and help manifest this into the 3D world really easily, because of your ability to see in such fine details, know a lot about everything, and be really able to visualize it as if it's like right there. Like forget augmented reality. Like you are like the human superpower version of augmented reality. Okay, what else does Spirit have to say? Hidden realms. Create conscious awareness. I am getting like, for this specific pile, like you're going to be going back and forth, and it's kind of like people are going to be curious and wanting to pick your brain, but you can't tell 3D people everything, right? Because then they're going to like cause chaos and maybe use that knowledge for dark reasons, right? So like you have to kind of give them it in bits and pieces, especially when you have access to the 5D and higher realms and have all this knowledge and wisdom and how to manifest and everything. You have like really, really specific, really, really helpful knowledge. You can't just hand it out like candy, because people are going to eat it all up and get sick and not know what's good for them, right? And like use it for bad reasons sometimes. So like you're gonna have all this knowledge and stuff like that, but like you're going to use it specifically. That's why you're like the leader, because you kind of give people only exactly the information, visualization, manifestation of what they need, and kind of help certain manifestations come to fruition while leaving the other visions for other people to manifest, because you're going to be able to know like what's going to help a group, what's going to help a collective more. For example, there might be a group that needs to work on, like might just need the idea and they need to create themselves, but the journey, the experience of manifesting that is what they needed to kind of evolve their souls. Whereas other people, like they might just need like a physical manifestation of that building right away, and that's what's going to help them more, is that physical resources actually being available to them. So like you're going to be able to pick and choose and lead and know what people need and how they need it, you know? So because that's what I'm getting from like Metatron and like Hidden Realms. Like you kind of have this like saint like energy, you have this kind of like angelic higher realm like kind of energy, where it's like with great power comes great responsibility. Like you're going to be able to also know what's good for people and what's not good for people, which kind of seems like playing God, but I'm getting like, no, this is like your purpose. Like this is you're meant to come be the boots on the ground. You're meant to be the group of light workers that comes back and helps 3D people as much as possible before fully moving into the 5D. Like you're going to be coming in more into back to the 3D than most people, most light workers. Okay, let's see. 9 of Cups. Wow. Okay, so 9 of Cups and 9 of Pentacles. This group is also going to be, and I talked about this in previous Lightworker readings, this group is also going to be the group that gets to enjoy some of Earth's best experiences and finest luxuries, because you're going to be coming back with this really good skill set, manifestation ability. So you're going to be able to experience all the fun, unique experiences you've always wanted to experience. You're going to be able to manifest like the best food, the best accommodations, you know, best creature comforts, and really, really enjoy, you know, 3D life to its fullest before moving into the 5D, just because you can. And as I mentioned before, like everyone, all the light workers are going to be able to resonate with all the piles, but this is just like the pile that kind of suits you best, which is that you're going to be able to play more in the physical, because you already have the ability to move into the 5D and stay there and build a home there and like move in permanently, but you're the ones staying behind, so it's like might as well make it fun. And while every light worker is going to have that little moment where they're going to be able to manifest and enjoy the pleasures of 3D life before fully moving into the 5D, this pile is going to do that more so, just because you have more to do to help the 3D and be more the boots on the ground, to come back here more often than the rest, if that makes sense. Okay. Neighbor, roommate, someone that lives close by. I feel like the neighborhood psychic I'm getting. I feel like you're the person that like people know, like, oh, go to this person, they'll be able to help you, you know? Like they'll like, oh yeah, like, you know, like my my niece's teacher was having this really horrible life experience and this horrible thing situation happened to them. Can they please come see you? And it's like, oh, okay, like I have them come tomorrow. Like I'll check them out. Like you're like that neighborhood healer, psychic, you know, person that knows like what to say, good advice, give good advice, knows the future, can predict stuff. Like I don't know, that person, the shaman, the resident shaman of that neighborhood. So people like know like to come to you to help, to get your help and stuff like that. And I feel like you're gonna be moving around a lot before that reason, and like people will pick up like, oh yeah, this person. It's like, you're a traveling healer, like you're a traveling like miracle worker, and that's gonna be your thing. You might stay somewhere for a long time, or you might come back to like certain areas of the earth that you want to consider your home, that you're like your home bases. I'm getting you have like a lot. Like you can start with like 3, then you might have like 5 or 7 places that you come back to a lot. I'm not getting 7. I'm getting like most 5, but like 3, at least 3 places. You're gonna have at least 3 homes that you're gonna come back to a lot, and that's how much you're gonna travel. And so, because you're gonna be, doing God's work, you're just gonna be kind of like, you're gonna be a traveling mercenary. You're just gonna literally go around helping people that needs to get helped. And it's like you don't need to do anything. Like spirit, like the universe is gonna literally just bring people to you that needs help, and you're gonna intuitively know with your strong, really strong, like angelic, strong abilities, know what you need to do where and with who and when and stuff like that. So you're just kind of on this kind of magical, traveling druid or something. Like you're just that. Someone you don't know. Yeah. I'm getting like you'll keep getting visions like of like, oh yeah, like I have to go to this city now because there's someone there that needs me. I don't know who they are, but they have, like, you describe their physical appearance or like kind of their situation, and so you kind of sense like who you're supposed to help and who you're supposed to meet. It's kind of like one of those like things where you're like, you don't know exactly what's going on because you're like in the 3D, right, helping these people, but you're so connected to 5D that like you get guided to where you need to go. Wow. All right, so let's wrap this up with one last message from Spirit, what they have to say. Venom. The venom. So I'm getting from the venom, it's like purification and detoxification, especially of the environment, and also like thoughts, speech, and relationships, stuff like that. So I'm getting like the reason you're like the boots on the ground is because you're kind of helping to cleanse this earth that we left behind. All of us are going to be doing this from the 5D, from like, helping the 3D as much as we can. But some people are going to be more like staying in 5D and just kind of being like the man behind the computer, like help telling people like, oh, go here, or this is where we need to work on next and stuff like that. So you might be the person actually going on these physical missions and going to different parts of the world and like healing different people and situations and manifesting and building things that can help people. So you're literally cleansing the world. Like there's so much darkness in the world, and like, so many like things that were unsolved. Like imagine like just in the square mile, kilometer, or the acre around you, like how many murders there have been, so many people who have their energies not put to rest because of like whatever, they didn't do what they were meant to do in this lifetime. Like all these like energy imprints that were left of negative things that need to be cleared. Not like, and you're gonna see it from like even just clearing. It's gonna clean the air, the soil, people's thoughts and minds. I'm getting this is what happens. Like we go into the 5D, and then people that were in the 5D, some of them are staying there. Some people move on. They're there to kind of like teach us like how to be in 5D. But it's just kind of like people just keep leveling up, right? So then we're the next like ETs that help humanity kind of evolve, right? And humanity goes back into this golden age where everything is like beautiful. We're connecting with higher energetic beings. I don't know if there's a disconnect anymore, a reset where your memories are wiped, but I feel like from what we're seeing, that doesn't really happen. But we're only on the 5th cycle. There's 6 cycles of golden ages. So I don't know. I'm not sure. But what I'm getting is like when you move into the 5D, you're going to be the one coming back more. There's other people who are going to be like kind of helping with the mission, but they might be helping from the mission on that side more. And you're going to be the one coming back and, you know, physically doing these things. Oh my gosh, yeah. I did get that image of like you and your partner coming through. And usually it's a group of 2, but sometimes you might do it with bigger teams to come in and help certain like countries or certain groups of people, certain places, and doing different kinds of work. Some of it's like healing the environment. Some of it's like healing the people, planting ideas, helping physically with ideas, clearing energies. Yeah, on like a huge scale. Like this is like we're ready to go. But yeah, you're more of the people that kind of are the spiritual like warriors that are like the boots on the ground, that are like actively on mission, that are physically like taking your ships and coming here and doing this kind of work. I pulled one clarifier for this 2 of Cups because I know you're wondering. Okay, 4 of Swords. So Spirit saying like, you know, there's going to be people coming into your life around this time, that you're going to be working with other people. This is your tribe, your soul tribe. So your divine counterpart, but also your direct soul family, like people that are seriously under your own soul group. Like these are people who are like really super connected to you. That's why you are able to connect, manifest really well with them, because they're literally on like almost the same vibrational frequency as you. So you're gonna be able to manifest with. It's really rare for people to find people of this high level soul connection, soul family connection with you. So that's why it works with your divine counterpart, because you two are like literally same vibrational frequency, and that's why it works with other few platonic people, because you are resonating at the same frequency. And so I feel like you know this is coming. This is what always meant to happen. And so Spirit is kind of like, just let it happen. Yeah, King of Wands, like you're meant to lead, but I'm getting like you're not meant to like lead alone. I'm getting like, do you know how like the pyramid is kind of like, and that's why like the Illuminati uses that like symbology. It's like all the energy of the people on the bottom going to the few people at top. But like if you have the arrow going down, if you have the pyramid going down, it's like the mother energy and the father energy using the energy to help their children. Like, so I feel like that's what's happening here. Like, you've been entrusted to lead the collective, which is a triangle, to lead the collective through this awakening and through this change. But also you're working with your partner because your mission is to benefit the world and humanity and the children and the generations to come, rather than for a specific few groups' selfish needs. So it's like kind of the triangle upright and the triangle facing downward, which makes that Merkaba representing like you going through different dimensions. So I feel like you have also a mastery of teleportation, kind of like moving through dimensions, and that's why you were probably picked. You have this innate ability to kind of knowledge, wisdom, clarity, intuition, but also how to move back and forth from dimensions better. So that's why you were picked for this kind of soul mission. All right, Pile 3, I hope you enjoy the reading. If you resonated and you want to, follow it up with some of the intuitive hits that you've had, I'd love to hear it in the comment section, or you can email me. I'm always going to continue sharing what I get. So with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful Pile 4 with the Citrine. We're looking at how to usher in this new 5D life for you faster. So let's jump right into it. Wow, the Chariot. Okay, wow. Okay, now it's been 4 for 4 where this is all happening now. No wonder I got guided to do this. I did like 2 other readings in the past couple of weeks, and one didn't record and I was like devastated. And the other one, I was kind of guided to like not put out there, not finish it kind of thing. And I was like, you know, like, what's happening? Like, am I ever going to be posting on this channel? Like, what's going on? It's not for the lack of effort and hard work, that's for sure. But I get it now. I get it now. Why? Because I needed to be in this energy. This is a timeless reading, but like it's Virgo full moon, and this is when I'm getting the clarity. And I also need to be in this energy because this is around the time when this is actually happening. So I needed to post this around the time when this is actually manifesting. So in one of the readings, I kind of made it a calendar of February 2024. Again, this is a timeless reading, so it'll resonate whenever you watch this. But if you're watching this around the time that I post it, beginning of February, there's a lot of center days energy, which is energies that like about like a lot of, you're getting a lot of downloads and information from spirit. And then those are portal days. And then we have center days, the blue ones. Sorry if I said the other way around. Orange is portal days. Blue is center days. So the end of February, we have center days, which is making sense of all the information you got, putting it all together, and what's the clarity that's coming through. Well, we have Venus conjunct Mars and North Node conjunct Chiron. And we had all the fast-moving planets, Mercury, Mars, and Venus, all go into Aquarius, where Pluto is, which is giving you a glimpse of what your life is going to look like in the next 20 years, while Pluto is in Aquarius. But also for this time frame, like beginning of 2024, you're getting clarity on your divine counterpart and your soul mission. And so, like, in those other 2 readings, I might have been saying, like, I was so devastated because I put out so much information in both those readings, but it was only the information I had up until then. Today, fully, I have all the information come together, and it's been working seamlessly in these readings. So all the piles will resonate with all, like, with every person, with every light worker, but this pile is just going to be energies that you're more focused on, that's happening for you directly now. And so your life is about to skyrocket, like right now. Like you have a road that just came out of the sky, a magical, sparkly rainbow road, starry road that just came out of the sky, appeared, and ready for you to kind of launch you into stardom, I'm hearing. High Priestess. Okay. The fact that I said stardom, I am getting what is going to help you move into the 5D faster is doing your light work. Like whatever you do, however you use your psychic abilities is going to help you. So if you're already in a line of work where you use your energy, your spirituality, your psychic abilities, or your mental abilities, your mental skill sets, then Spirit saying continue with that. It's going to evolve in ways that you could not imagine. And because I said the word stardom, I'm getting like you're the public persona. Like Spirit is, you're the ambassador for the spiritual realm, for the 5G realm, for the higher realms. So you're going to be more in the limelight, where most of the other piles were kind of working in other ways at this time in their soul mission. And all the piles, like your soul mission is coming to the forefront, but it's like in different ways, I feel like, for different light workers. For this pile, I'm getting specifically, you're going to be more in the limelight. You're going to be more of the ambassador the face of the company, the face of spirituality, the face of source energy in this realm. Okay, so continue your spiritual studies. Yeah. Oh my God. So on point. Such a confirmation. Yeah. Like continue just doing what you do. So if you are on social media, if you post on X or Twitter or, Telegram or whatever, like Instagram or like Facebook or YouTube or Rumble or whatever, like whatever you're doing, TikTok, like just keep doing that. If you write blogs, if you have a website, if you write articles, spiritual articles, if you put out, if you write books, if you do counseling, if you do sessions with others, healing sessions, if you're studying something right now, if you're studying Reiki or if you're studying some sort of specific science or whatever it is, if you're learning truths about human history or food or the body or spirituality, life after death, whatever your thing is, keep doing it. Spirit is saying, like, that's what you're supposed to be doing, and you're gonna be doing it like publicly. Let's see what else. Okay, wow, speaking. Yeah, see, and then moving fast. So I feel like you're going to be quickly rising up the ranks. So I feel like you have more of like more to do here before you move into the 5D. So I feel like this group, you're connecting stronger to the 5D energetically than physically moving there, whereas the other piles are kind of like are going into the 5D first and then doing all this kind of stuff. I feel like for you, you're kind of connecting to the 5D energies strongly. But it's going to be channeled through you, through your work. I feel like you're leaving the information guides for the rest of the collective to follow when you make the transition into 5D. So you're setting up the collective for all the information that they need, kind of like a guidebook. Okay. But like in different ways. Okay, so let's see what that means. What are some signs that you're, going to this 5D life? Kangaroo, unsettled times, need to plan ahead. So you're definitely going to be around when shit hits the fan. I'm sorry to say, you're going to be able to see a lot of things go haywire and be awful. You're going to be protected because you're going to be, even though you're not completely in the 5D, you're going to be protected by the 5D bubble. But what I mean by that is that like it's easier for you to do 3D work while you are more in your 3D energies than if you go into the 5D and try to interact with 3D people as your 5D self, because people are going to be triggered by you if you're in your 5D energy. So that's why the other piles, it's like they're not really interacting with people as much. You are going to be interacting with people more. In 3D ways. So like you're gonna be on TV, you're gonna be interviewed, you're gonna be like giving out lectures, you're gonna be photographed more and talked about, and you're gonna be like everywhere, right? So you're gonna need to be in more of your you're gonna need to be more familiar with the 3D energies rather than the people who are going right into 5D and kind of cutting off from the 3D self. You're going to be more connected to your 3D energies, even though you're getting like a lot of 5D energy protection around you because you're like the spokesperson, but it's like different. Like the way I described the other piles, it's like you're kind of in a bubble, you're in a 5D bubble, and that's like the 5D dimensions, and you can see the 3D people and 3D people can see you, but you're not really interacting with each other. You're kind of You're in a different dimension. You can interact with the 3D, but they can't really always see you. They can't really interact with you. You can interact with them. With you, you need people to interact with you more. This is like, a two-way street. You need to kind of change people's energies directly in the 3D. So it's a different way that you're going into the 5D. I feel like you're going into, like, you have a spacesuit on rather than you being in the 5D bubble. It's like you have a spacesuit on. I don't know. Or like kind of like a microchip or something. Like, like it's like something that's like you're not in the 5D, but you have 5D components within your body and within your aura. Does that make sense? So you have 5D energies in you and around your aura and in your energetic body, but you're not completely in the 5D because you need to connect to the 3D more, so you can connect to people in the 3D more, because your job is more kind of like being directly in front of people, And if you're completely in the 5D, they might not be able to see you even. They might not even be able to like directly connect with you. And a lot of people are going to be like triggered with just your presence, where you need them to sit in front of you and like listen, So, wedge. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. Okay, yeah. So I'm getting there is like this kind of wedge energy. Okay, so it's kind of like you're that in-between person. You're that in-between person that connects 3D people to 5D people. I'm getting like you might even like there's people who are in the 5D who are completely like, high vibrational, living life fully as 5D. And 3D people are going to be like, why is my like mom missing? Like, why is my kid missing? Why is my sister missing? My brother, my uncle, my best friend, my partner, like, why are they missing? And it's just because they moved on to the 5D. So like I explained it in pile 1, but like they can't really like see you. If you're in the 5D, they can't really interact with you or see you. And it's almost kind of like you blipped out. And so you're going to be kind of be like, you might be like even like a little bit of like a messenger. Here kind of being like, this is what's going on with them. And like I'm getting you're almost like kind of you're like an apparition where they can still see the apparition, but they can't see like the 5D people who have moved on, but they can see you because you're kind of in between realms. So that's what I'm getting. You're kind of in between realms. That's the wedge energy I'm getting. So you're trying to like, so it's like kind of weird because like you're in the 5D kind of, but you're kind of in the 3D too. So you're like kind of like an apparition. You're like a etheric, ghostly figure that's glowing, and I mean it's gonna be like obvious to people because when people see you on camera and stuff like that, and in person, like you're gonna come off like really, really good looking, and it's like how can a person be that good looking? Because in your 5D form, you're like your highest and best looking self, right? Your highest best energy. So you're going to be extremely good looking. So it's going to be easy to tell. You have a really angelic like face and figure. And so it's going to be really easy to tell that you're like of like unearthly, like otherworldly, right? That you're like from obviously like a higher dimensional realm, but like you're still going to look human. Does that make sense? Magician. Wow. Yeah. And people are going to like, give you those kind of like monikers, like you're the wizard, you're the witch, you're the magician, you're the saint, you're the lord, lady, lady of the blah, 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 or like, they're going to give these names to you because you're going to be like saint-like. And I mentioned this in previous Lightworker readings where you're becoming very stoic. You're going to be becoming very, I feel like this pile though, you're not really stoic. You're more 3D. So you have the personality of humans, but the things that you say, how you say it, and then the kind of things you say are so otherworldly. That's the best I can describe it. Like people are gonna give you those names, like you're high priestess, like for real, like a real living high priestess. You're like earth angel. You're a shaman. You're an ascended master. Like people are gonna give you those kinds of names because they don't know how to describe like who you like how like you. Okay, so what is Spirit's message for you? King of Water, King of Cups. Wow. So everyone's gonna love you, by the way. Like, so you're gonna get a lot of attention and focus. So like, being in the limelight is not gonna be like something dreadful for you. You're not gonna get like so much backlash and hate, although you are from people who are gonna be triggered, and obviously, but like so many people are gonna give you so much love and adoration, and people are gonna respect you. So even if they hate what you have to say or don't like it and they're triggered by it and they're kind of refusing to see the truth or the light or the love, like they're gonna at least have the respect for you, and they're gonna have to respect your status and what you say, and like bow down to you, kind of like as in like not like a giving your power away, but as in like, yeah, this person, like I have to admit, like they trigger me, they're forcing me to do a lot of healing, open my eyes to a lot of truths, like, but I can't deny that this person has influence and they're starting to influence me as well. So you're like I feel like the collective was getting ready for this energy, because like we talk about, oh, this person's a shaman because they did a 2-year certificate. It's like, no, you're not. Do you know what shamans actually are? Do you know what power they have? Do you know what they can actually do? You're not a shaman just because you call yourself a shaman. And it's like, oh, these influencers, look, they're such big influencers because they've influenced people to buy this and that. It's like, no, they're not. Do you know who a real true influencer is? A light worker. So like I feel like the world has been getting ready for this kind of idea of an actual divine influencer, who comes from a really high place of light and love, and can say things in the right way, have the right charisma, be popular with people, train, whistle for confirmation. So yeah, like showing what true influence is like, showing what true knowledge, wisdom, and guidance and advice is like, in a way that triggers people the least, that gets people to like listen. Your charisma is through the roof. You know exactly what to say, when to say it, how to say it to different people, to different groups. You can feel the energy of a certain group and know exactly, like I'm getting like, if you're planning to do like a lecture or a talk or something, or an interview and on stage, like you can read the room and you can be like, this is exactly the kind of information that this group needs, and this is the truth, and this is how I'm going to say it, and this is what's going to help the people the most. There's always going to be one or two outliers, but like, you get the general, you're talking to the group. Yeah, very, really, really much in the limelight. All right, so wow, like the Chariot twice. Are you kidding me? Extra confirmations everywhere. Wow. Where there might have been obstacles in your path that felt out of your control, now you're taking the reins with determination and clear direction. You're creating positive forward momentum for your life and for the life of others. So I'm getting before it might have been kind of like you felt kind of stuck. It's like, hey, I'm this, I know this is what I meant to do. Like I keep trying and it just like is not happening, but I keep expanding my mind. My thoughts, my beliefs keeps expanding. I can but I see no movement. Why aren't people listening to me? Why am I not doing well in this line of work that I know is what I'm meant to do? Why am I not having more success in this than I should be? Why is this not happening? This is why. So I bet this pile, you have had experience teaching, public speaking, connecting with people from all walks of life, having various amounts of life experiences on Earth so you can connect to more people. Really, really wise. You have a lot of interest in a lot of things. Therefore, you have a lot of knowledge about a lot of different things. Really strongly connected to the other side. Meant for stardom. And I feel like that's like a key point. I feel like you know when you're meant for fame. You might not want it. You might not have chosen a career in it, but you know maybe you're very, very attractive and good looking already. You really have good charisma. You're really a really good personality. Can light up a room. Really, good in conversation. Something like that. Like you're meant for this. And you get the envelope. You answer the call. Because it's coming. It's coming faster than you can believe. And you're going to skyrocket faster than you think. Okay, what else does Spirit have to say? Angelic healing. That's what you're meant to do. Like King of Waters and angelic healing. I'm getting like this masculine energy of healing because like I feel like you need people to feel safe. You need people to feel loved. And then you need people to know that you're not going anywhere and that you're going to be holding their hand through this process. People are yearning for a father figure, a healing father figure and mother figures, but like really a father figure as in like masculine energy, someone to lead them in their spiritual awakening, in their emotional healing, their trauma healing, past life healing. Someone that they can listen to, that shows authority and commands a lot of respect, has a lot of knowledge and wisdom, is a strong individual, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. You can be a man or woman, doesn't matter. I'm talking to you. You are bringing this kind of angelic healing from the higher realms to the 3D. This is your job. This is your purpose. And not everyone's going to go. 1/3 of the collective is already awakening. When you have this 5D awakening, 1/3 of the collective is already in their awakening process. You are here to help the other 1/3 that are meant to come through. And there's going to be 1/3 that are not going to make it, that are not willing to budge and will stay in the 3D. This is a great time to kind of help people, as many people as possible, come into the 5D, and that's your job. 1/3 of the people already know what they're doing. They're already on that path. The other 1/3 need that help, and that's what you're here for. Because this is a time of like great soul advancement. So a lot of consciousnesses can evolve at this time. So it's kind of like making best of this current awakening energies that doesn't come along that often. It's kind of like, let's get many people through the door as possible kind of thing. And that's where you're here to help. What else does Spirit have to say? Birth of creation, potential growth. I feel like you're going to be like a very inspiring person to very, very influential because you're going to be inspirational. You've seen those inspirational videos on YouTube, inspirational talks, people, on TED Talks and stuff. Like some people can be really, really inspiring and influence people in very, very positive ways in their life. You're going to be like that times 100, right? So you're going to be like, people are going to really idolize you and adore you, which is kind of like, you have your own journey with that. But like, you're really going to help people really connect to their who they are and what they are meant to create, because we're all meant to just create, we're creations of creator, meant to create more. So there's this really profound change you bring into the 3D world where it helps people get into that creative side again. And people didn't feel safe enough to do it because they didn't have the father figure and the mother figure to let the child create and play. So you bring that energy to humanity. You give them the masculine, feminine energy of nurturing and stability and strength and like the go ahead to like, yeah, you can play now. You can create. You can relax. You can heal. You can rest. You can do what calls to you. You're giving people the permission to do that, and you're setting people up. You're giving them the kind of the guidebook, like I mentioned earlier, to how to like do this. And like you're like the self-help book of all self-help book. Like you're the god of self-help books. Like you are like, like there's a lot of people out there who kind of base it on their own experiences. You are basing it on what the divine, what the creator is telling the collective do through you. So I'm getting the thing here is that in order to be, the reason there's so many of you, because it's like, why don't we just have one Lord and Savior? No, the reason that there's so many of you coming back to be the boots on the ground and to kind of do this kind of work is because the more people you can speak to and connect with, the more of their unique creativity can come through. Because in the beginning, it's going to be like, oh, people are creating the same kind of artwork and music that's really lovey-dovey and like, let's all be friends and all that kind of stuff. But the more of you out there that's going to be connecting to people and speaking to people more specifically and influencing people more individually and personally, it's going to allow more unique people to connect to their unique, authentic self more and create unique creations. And that's kind of the whole point. Explorer of Cups, yeah. I love that. Explorer instead of Knight of Cups. You let people kind of explore. And I feel like it's kind of like they're like a child in the beginning who needed permission to draw, to draw with their crayons and color with their crayons. And then you watch them turn into teenagers and young adults where they still need some like supervision. But that's where you are to guide them. You're guiding humanity into this new 5D. You are like a true leader here. Yeah, just making sure everyone's okay. Okay, so what are you going to be doing individually? And I'm also going to look into your personal life a little bit, just as I feel like incoming new love. There we go. I literally said that, and then this came up. So I do feel like I'm getting the fun part of this is, first of all, you get to live this life with like the perfect ideal mate, right? Your partner for life, and that keeps your vibe high, and you get to be the example. You're showing people how to be the ideal husband-wife couple, how to be example life partners with each other. You're showing people how to have an ideal family, exemplary relationship. So you get to live that awesome life while also kind of showing other people how to have that awesome life. And I'm getting this image of like there's so many people who are on your vibe, like the boots on the ground coming in to do this, because there's not just like one way to live this like exemplary divine life. And so, a bunch of you are showing different ways to do it. And you're going to have a lot of friends who are like divine counterparts that like you get to visit with, and you take some of their ideas, they take some of your ideas, you share what worked, what didn't work. And yeah, you're going to be able to tell, like there's going to be these like new families that kind of get established. You're like the new royal families of the world, where because like your kids are going to be able to exemplify like these divine energies too. So it's going to be kind of like, this is how kings and queens were kind of brought forth, because like they're like the first divine families that were born. People are going to look to you as royalty. So their own challenges are applied to something like that, but like that's how the 3D life works. That's how they understand things. That's the hierarchy. That's the way 3D life works, and that's why you're not trying to have people see you that way, but they kind of give you that power, that energy, that what's it called? Permission to influence them in that way. So although you don't want to be the new kings and queens, it's like that's where they put you, kind of, it's like, yeah, I get it, because in 3D life, that's how you would portray someone like this and portray a life like this, but the upside of this is that you do get to find your divine counterpart and live this exemplary life in the 3D. And I feel like you live long, and you live for a very long time in a very like beautiful way with your family, because you need to be that influence for people, and you have to watch them go from children to teenagers, young adulthoods, until you feel like finally passing on to the next dimension, to go into the 5D dimension. Personal passion project. I'm getting your, don't worry, like this is like what you have to do for your like light work, for your soul mission, right? But you're also going to have like things that you want to work on personally. So like Spirit is saying, like, don't worry, like it's not going to just be all about like doing things for other people all the time, although that's the kind of like your soul mission. You're kind of like the ambassador for Spirit, you're the face of 5D, here to help people. But that's going to get exhausting, because like you have a third of people who you're helping, right, in the population of the world, but a third of people are going to be resisting you and not willing to go. And so you're going to be human. You're going to be in your 3D energies a lot. So of course you're going to have things that can keep this is like one of the harder soul missions, because you have to stay in 3D. And although you're really happy with your family, you're living this exemplary, perfect, utopian, like very perfect life, you still have some opposition. And you still have to be in some of your human 3D energies. And so your family life, your love life is great, perfect. That keeps your vibe high. You're like an actual spiritual warrior, fighting like a spiritual war on the battlefield with your words, with your ideas, But you also have your personal project going, just so like you don't like go crazy. I'm pulled a card for that, and it's like the 10 of Wands. So I'm getting because you have so much 5D energy imbued in your aura and your spirit, you can do a lot of fun things. And you will be doing a lot of fun things. You're able to take on more, because you're definitely more, you see, you're going to be dealing with time differently. Time is going to work differently for you. It's going to be your friend. You're going to be able to work on any projects that you want to do, any hobbies that you have, any interests, any instruments you want to learn, any languages you want to learn, any skills you want to master, any hobbies you want to pursue, any careers you want to pursue. You could do everything, as long as you're doing this too. So that's why Spirit's like, you're going to live for a very long time. You're going to be able to do a lot of things that you're going to want to do. And because you're imbued with 5D energies, time works differently for you. So it's gonna look like you're Flash, from the Marvel comics. Like, it's gonna look like you're doing things much more quickly. You're not gonna have to sleep as much. You're not gonna have to. You're gonna get things done more efficiently, and it's going to feel weird, because it's going to feel like everyone else is going slow, and that you have so much time to do whatever you want, and you get to live a very utopian, perfect life, divine life, with the people that you love, working on things that you love for a very long time as you're doing this kind of light work. It's so weird. I'm seeing that you're going to see, like, it's like you get to see civilization being built right in front of your eyes, Crazy. Okay, so one last message to wrap up this reading. The eternal child. Are you kidding me? I just kept talking about like how you're gonna be friends with time energy, because like in the 5D, time works differently. So you're gonna be on that like, but you're not completely in the 5D, so you're gonna like relate to time differently. Like, people are gonna think that you're like a Flash, that you move around so quickly, that you're like zip around really fast. And that's why when you had to talk to people, you're gonna have to like slow down your speech and like slow down your movements and stuff. But like when you're on your own time, you can work as fast as you want, because you have that 5D energy in you. You're relating to time a little bit differently than your, 3D counterparts. So I'm just going to read it straight from the book because it's like too good. All right. The eternal child is connected to the timeless, ageless, and infinite aspects of life. It is radiant and fearless and seeks joy above all else and at all costs, at any cost. It struggles being bound to an aging body with physical limitations in a world that demands attention to detail and logistics. The eternal child wants to nix all the rules and responsibilities and go beyond what others say is possible. It wants to return with the plenty of friends to the land of the free, where the divine wine and creativity pour from the earth and sky. We all want a sip from that well of eternal youth, and this makes the eternal child naturally popular. Ooh, perhaps even famous. Oh my goodness. The eternal child glimmers. It reminds us of what is possible, what is magical about this precious life. Yeah. So I think it makes you so popular also and famous because like you are showing people like what is on the other side, what is in the 5D dimensions, right? And you tell them and like they like hearing about that. They're like, oh, I'd love to go to 5D. You're getting them psyched to go to 5D, and you get to tell them all the good stuff over there. You get to tell them what their 5D friends are up to and stuff like that. And but you have to live here, which is kind of like you're like, oh, like I don't want to be bound by these like physical limitations anymore. I just want to go to 5D and I just wanted to like play and be creative and hang out with my friends and drink wine all day. But you're here, but you get some of the energy of that. You get to see what your friends are doing, but you're here and you made that sacrifice to be here to help this collective, help these beautiful human children evolve, right? And I'm getting like some of the projects that you're going to be doing are going to push the boundaries of what people think are possible in this physical lifetime because you are imbued with that 5D energy. So like, for example, if you want to pick up figure skating and you're like skating, you're going to be able to do like crazy like tricks and flips and stuff like that that no one else has ever been able to do before and have never seen. And it's going to amaze people. Like everything that you do, like you might play an instrument and you might create a new instrument or play it in a way that no one has heard before and is so like etheric and divine because you're still getting that 5D energy. You still have that 5D energy in you. You just have, you have to hold on to your 3D energies more so you can't fully go into the 5D. That when you play music, it's going to sound etheric and like godly and like how does this person create music so divine? So whatever you want to pursue, like you're probably going to be famous because of not just what you have to say. Like, and today's people, like, it's like, why are actors like saying their opinions? Like you're actors, like you haven't studied these things. Like what right do you have to say? There are some actors here and there. Terrence Howard, I don't know if you've heard some of his stuff, but like that study it. It's like, okay, they studied it. They get to say it, but like, why are these actors influencing people with their opinions that they haven't really studied or looked into, You're going to be that actor, that musician, that artist, that architect, that person in that line of work because you're going to be so multi-talented, like, or it's going to seem like that to a lot of people because you still have that 5D energy in you where whatever you do is done with such divine perfection and just what people thought was not possible and so unique. And so because you're tapping into that creativity, you want to be creative too. You're like, I want to hang out with my friends in 5D, but I have to be here. Doesn't mean you get to stifle your creativity. You can still create those magical 5D things here on earth, but people are going to see you as like godly and otherworldly because of those things. That's why you're going to be so famous and popular, because you're going to remind people of what it's like in the 5D. So even though you had to make the sacrifice to stay in some of your 3D energies and be here to watch people happen, you're going to be living the most perfect life. And for a very long time, you're going to relate to time differently. You're going to be able to create things that people have never seen before. And, enjoy this life, even though it's for a very, very long time. It's enjoyable. Very, very enjoyable. You literally live life to the fullest, more than anyone will ever have, unless there's others like you out there, which there are. And you will come across them and be friends with them. So you're not lonely. You're having fun. Everything's great. You're helping people. It's just like a very, very, very long life doing all this kind of stuff in the 3D before you move on to the 5D. All right, Pile 4? So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you resonated with it, leave a comment, leave a like. I would love to hear what kind of downloads you're getting, what kind of information you're getting. If you want to leave it in the comment section or even email me, I always love hearing what you have to say, and I'll continue, putting out there what I get. So with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light.